the way you speak about the journey so far, you speak about it as if like you weren't even realizing half the shit you was doing.
That's what's mad.
Or the quality of what you was producing. Like you was just like, yeah, I took a couple pics and like my brother said I should try this camera out, and I'm thinking, bro, the pic you took with the dead camera was wavy. You get me? And now you're trying to think about picking up a next thing.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question: what is in your arsenal right now? Like what cameras are you picking up? What camera you might pick up next week? Like what cameras have you got right now that you use?
Hey, that's a good question.
Like name some of the joints, if you can, and if you feel comfy, name some of the joints of the
bro. As I said, like
right now.
As I was saying to Kofi off camera, like I used the same ones that I pretty much had from the jump. Like the first one that I had, I actually broke it one day, but I just bought the same one back.
Yeah,
I was like, this thing's too reliable.
And
then that one's a bit like, it's not huge, but it's not like pocket size. So it was getting a bit annoying because like occasionally I'd be out and people are like, where's your camera? Where's your camera? I'm like, I just want to carry it today, you know? Because like,
it was like, damn, when you get that zero love, you get me?
Like,
it wouldn't
fit
into my pouch. It wouldn't fit into my pouch, and I'm like, why am I just holding the camera?
Yeah, that's wrong. I can hear
so then that's why I bought like a pocket size thing, like a Pentax.
Pentax.
Yeah, I bought like a good Pentax thing.
So, name drops.
This nigga finna write that shit down.
Right, listen to the thing back, and just list out all the cameras.
I also want to just continue to, note down while I'm here at the same time.
So I bought a Pentax thing, which is like just my I tried to bring that out like every day because you never know who you're gonna see outside.
Make like
it's a Pentax 140V. I don't mind dropping the knowledge, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man,
it's what's about, man. It's what's about.
But wait, are you going on you right now?
I do not.
Oh damn! Damn, we didn't get that zero love, man. Shit.
It's like, what the fuck up my house now, man?
Do you know what it is? Yeah,
I'm playing.
Do you know what it is? I've had a long day. I went to spend some time with my grandma today. She's here from Jamaica. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Big ups.
So I've been outside all day. I actually haven't been home
since
the morning.
You've been hustling.
You just came straight.
Yeah, like, well, I was spent time with my grandma, and then I spent time with my mum down the road. So I haven't been home. So that's why I don't have it.
No, that's cool.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's even dead. I need to buy a new battery. That's why. But like, I tried to carry that every time because, like, you actually never know.
You never know, innit? Yeah.
Who you're gonna see, and the way bare my days are set up, like, I could plan to be like, oh, I'm gonna come butt Nick today, and then I butt Nick, and then someone calls me, it's like, do you wanna come studio?
Just like right there.
Or do you know what I'm saying? It could be random, and then it's like,
that's a picture moment.
Am I gonna go home now to go get my camera, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. So I try to at least have something on me, like, all the time.
Stay strapped for sure.
Basically, because I've been caught lacking, and my boy Shaq, would always get on to me like, bro, like, you're a shooter now. Like, you need to have something on you all the time.
Yeah, you're a shooter on you.
Yeah, so I'm like, cool.
Okay, so that's Pentax. What's another one that you're going with?
I got a Mamiya, which is like a
Mamiya.
It's like a medium format camera. It's like a bit more like a lot of my like editorial style photos on that one. It's a bit more like.
Is it shooting focus as well, or is it manual?
That's all manual, like manual like to the manual, bro.
It sounds like one.
You gotta close the shutter yourself.
God
and change it to the next picture. Like, it's manual
crazy.
as hell. It's mechanical, innit?
Yeah.
That's the one
make
my
sure
brother
that film
told me
is
to
in
buy.
there. Make sure that shit is running.
Bro, it's that camera. It's amazing, but it's stressful.
I can imagine.
But they're like my two, and then my Chinon, which is the first one I had.
How do you spell that one?
A Chinon.
Yeah.
CHINON.
Okay.
That's heat.
Is it specific make as well? Sorry, bro.
Pardon?
This guy, fam, he's just out here to get his own thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's game because at the end of the day,
it's game for anyone young.
Yeah, for the young
you get me?
G's.
So,
Get me trying to pack
in terms of your.
Oh, sorry.
I
thought you said give a game.
Ask your cameras.
No, go on, nigga. Ask
all
for
your
the price,
cameras,
nigga.
man.
Shit. Go on, get it on. This is your pod. Go.
Ask for your cameras.
But this is game.
It's your game.
This is my game.
We're just playing it.
But you know, there might be somebody like, oh, what chin on though? Like, man needs to
No,
know.
do your thing.
No,
Finish
it's our thing, man. Don't do that.
Play it.
What make chin on?
Genesis.
Say no more.
Okay, bet.
Hey, we probably saved somebody out there.
Can I go now?
Facts.
One more. Now I'm playing.
So obviously your like whole journey, how it came out was so sort of like natural. It was like literally just taking one foot in front of the other. It may have not been like that, there may be times where you're thinking, oh, I'm this, bro. I'm not even on photography today, fam, or whatever, innit? But for any young person who actually, you know what, they're probably either, you know, in secondary school or coming out of secondary school, or maybe going into, I think a lot of people discover things like that during uni times when they're getting, you know, by themselves, or they can really sort of find out what their real interests are. Yeah. What would you give if you could give them 3 pieces of advice in terms of, just pursuing something that they want to do? Not necessarily comparing this to how it came across to you, but just off of the things you've learned so far, innit?
For me, fundamentally, like, it has to be fun, because, it's like there's no point in doing stuff if it's fuck it, there's no point in doing shit if it's not fun for you.
Keep it
you know
a
what I'm
buck.
saying? Because it can get like boring quick, or you can get proper tied up in like, oh, I need to earn this much bread, or I want to shoot ASAP Rocky, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you gotta have fun with it. Also, don't look too far for like people to shoot, or like your friends are cool, innit? Like, they might not be doing this, that, and the third, but like, they're your mates for a reason. Like, you chill with them for a reason.
Facts.
So I would say just take pictures of your friends. Like, it's all practice anyway. Because what if you're in Selfridges and you see ASAP Rocky and then you ain't been practicing, like,
Hella
you know what I'm
blurry,
saying?
It's facts.
So one opportunity and you get the blurriest thing because you're like been waiting for that. But you can practice on your friends or whoever's willing. And like, also, I guess if you're like on socials, I guess like for me, as I say, I was shooting better my friends, but I was getting comfortable. So I hit up a couple people that I didn't really know. Like, I followed them on Gram or whatever, and I thought, oh, you look cool. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to DM you and see if you're on it, innit?
Yeah.
So I think just being open and, like, I guess chatting to other people or collaborating is always important. What else would I advise? Boy, I'd say collaboration, having fun, and don't get taken for a prick though.
What?
For sure.
What does that mean though? Because sometimes you have to. Who said it? Even Lank said it. Sometimes you have to do those ones.
You got, like, obviously you got to do the free, the does and stuff. But like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you know within yourself when you're like, no, like, man's done my due diligence. Like,
trust me.
Now I want to get some bread, or like, come to me correctly, because some people are brazen in the way they approach you for certain things. Like, be like, yo, let's shoot. It's a bit like, I hear it, but come a bit more.
You better come to me talking money, nigga.
You're like, who you?
You better take all that bass out your voice. You wild right now.
Even sometimes though, it's not even exactly about like, I'll come with the bread talk, but like, just some people have no decorum. Like,
what's the most brazen you've had though? Like,
what, like from someone?
Yeah, like someone just be like, yo, like, I heard you do your thing. Come shoot this.
You know, it's even more. The most brazen thing I think I've got is when someone, they've like, not like it's like currency, but like they've not liked my pics. They don't follow me or nothing, and they've DM'd me and asked me what cameras I use. I'm like, I don't know you.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
Like, I actually do not know you from nowhere. Like,
I didn't even give a follow or like.
Yeah, not even trying to support like a little smidgen and then like revoke it or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, them are just coming full on like, what camera do you use? Not like, oh hey bro, like I like what you're doing, bro. What camera do you use?
Yeah, man, just
that's it. Like,
answer me now, bro. Like,
like,
I'm on Google, bro.
Yeah.
Fam, it's crazy. Like, some people just have no decorum.
What's actually mad is that sounds so simple, because I did that not too long ago. I just saw someone's page and I just happened to know that they knew a lot of mutuals, but I was just on the explore page. I was like, oh, who's this? I didn't know that this person was taking pictures. And when their page, I was like, oh no, she's not. But she knows this guy. Oh, my man knows this guy. I thought, yo, this guy's pictures are cold. Like, he was kind of similar to what you were doing, but obviously you do events and that as well. His one was just like all of us chilling right now. Shit that I want to do just for the sake of it, because it just looks cool. And I just thought, nah, bro, I don't even know if it was a girl or guy. I just said, look, your page is cold. Like, is it cool if you tell me what camera you use? Because I'm trying to get into a similar thing. Reply back to me. Didn't even owe me that. Didn't even owe me.
But you gave juice though. You said
you paid homage,
your team.
innit?
You said, your team's
that's
cold.
the thing. You gotta be nice, bro.
You can get some cold replies back though.
But that's the game.
No, 100%. You can get cold,
Yeah.
but then you're still being nice, and it's
man.
like on your end, you can't be like, not saying you can't be sour, but like you was calm in it.
That's
like,
when
if
you
someone
can
wants to
take
be
it as
mad,
it is what it is. You get me? Like,
yeah. So I just think maybe that's the advice: just be nice to everyone because you literally never know. Like, bro, even right, like just before I came, trying to plan this shoot with this guy, bro. I met this guy. I went football one random day, and he thought I was cold in it, so he was like just chatting to me bare. Donny works at FIFA. He's left FIFA now. He does like freelance like writing in it. Yeah. He's like, yo, bro, I'm shooting. No, he's got a interview with like an artist in it that I actually really like. He's like, do you want to shoot it? I was like, yeah, bro. Yeah. And that's only because me and him just had a conversation at Ball. And I was nice to him, innit? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know.
Does go way,
that's one thing I definitely live by. Like, you never know who you're going to come across. Anyone could be anyone. Like, I've seen people that are dressed a certain way, move a certain way, but this person can get you indoors though. You would never know. You would look past them and be like, oh yeah, that's just one of them people. Like, nah, bro. This is this guy, bro. This guy can get you in a mad
nice to everyone, bro. Because I've seen some people like move like sideways when they like see someone that they think is of status. And like move sideways to other people that are with them. And it's like, you don't know what I do or
that's
what that person does.
That's what Joel told me, fam. Obviously, one of my guys, he does like the sports presenting all of that, innit? And then literally the way I backed him in the gym, I remember I was with like one client one time, innit? Just going in. And I think he's seen me like, you know when you see someone in, like on YouTube or whatever, but you're not subscribed to it, just come in place, so it's not someone you just recognize. And even if you see them in person, you're like, I don't know where I've seen your face before, because you're not following them on purpose.
But you're just seeing them through occasion.
So I think I was just obviously doing the workout of one of my clients, and he's walked past, but he must have been seeing me for like a couple weeks in the gym, innit? And then he's walked past like, blah, see me training, blah, blah. Like, do you do any type of sports? And I was like, I used to kick ball. Like, yeah, man, you train like a proper athlete, blah, blah, blah. And then my client was getting all gassed, Hey, fam, do you know who that is? I'm like, oh, you're Joel. I'm just like, Joel. It's Joel, fam. Like, I don't know Joel. And I was like, oh shit, cheeky sport Joel. He's like, yeah. But in my head, I still couldn't remember where I've heard cheeky sport Joel from.
You just heard the name.
I just heard. I was like, you're like, he's like, oh, YouTube. I was like, oh, because really and truly, when I was first watching his content, I was more sort of watching this other guy, innit? The guy that he done it with. This guy was Ghanaian, innit? So just naturally, you just have more interest in that guy. Oh shit, blah blah. And then literally, I think on that spot, followed him on Insta, he followed me back. And we just started chatting, and then soon he got my number. When we started getting close, he started telling me like spare people he sees in the gym. They know who he is, innit? But when they see him, they start moving a bit like, just because of who he is, they start moving a bit sideways or iffy, innit?
Yeah, you normally would get that,
Just be, as you said, just be nice to them as a normal person.
Literally.
And you never know what can come off.
You never know what can come.
You know what's mad though, and like I want to speak on that just a little bit, but there's a juxtaposition behind that as well. Like you can have someone who's probably known in the industry or indoors, but being nice is one thing, innit? But I think being nice will also be yourself, because
for sure,
it's not as easy as sound, because you can have somebody you can rate. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen people in the room that you rate. You might get flipping big skeppy come in the room one for one.
I know you've had someone in front of your camera and you're like, no, this person.
And it's like, you want to be cool, of course, because you want them to remember you, innit? But what I've found, especially because I'm practicing, is like, I don't want to be to the point where I'm not being me, which is easier said than done, because man could be like all cool and that.
But do you know what? Do you know what you always have to remember in those situations here, that they're human as well,
literally,
and there's gonna be like, they're gonna be attracted to certain elements in another human being. You get me? And if you happen to have those elements in you, you naturally get along. Do you get me?
It's the thing, like, and that's why it's so much more simple when you break it down. But let's say Big J. Cole comes through and you're in the same room as him for like maybe a good 5 minutes. And it's like, maybe he's just in the way of the water fountain and you have to go there. So you know you're going to speak to him. It's Big J. Cole, bro. Like, human to human, you know that, you guys are both black human beings living. But it's like, fam, cool. What you saying, G? You keep it like that as well. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, innit? But that's like the hard part, because sometimes, cool, like, I would like to get to know this person, but you can't force none of that, and you
Yeah,
can't
for sure.
also
Yeah,
be.
no, definitely not.
And like that's the thing. Like when you want to be cool and that, I find, and I've seen it though. I've seen it. Oh my god! I'll say this off mic, but there was one person he wowed out when he saw this person come through. And I remember, only reason I was not because I didn't really know who he was from. I didn't know where he was from. I didn't know he was that big. But I was like, oh my god, that's him! Like, oh my god, I can't believe that. Like, obviously, you could tell by the way I'm impersonating. He wasn't one of us. Like my man who was speak wasn't one of us. So he's just wilding out. But he's wilding out at the brothers that are us though, innit?
Yeah,
And he's wilding out. And I'm like, me and my other guy that we was chatting, he was in the middle of conversation. So when we seen him clock it, me and him just look at each other like, oh, okay, somebody's been way too excited. And that could happen, but at the same time, also you want to make sure you're cool. But you don't want to be to a point where it's like, hey, my guy, love your shit, love your shit. I real talk though, yeah. I seen that you got the same cat as my nan. Yeah, man. You know them cats there are something else, and man's just trying to force mutual conversation so he can remember you.
And can you get that one as well?
Yeah, no, you gotta be careful, man, because
Bro, I've seen it happen in front of my
yeah,
face.
I went to this was like years ago. I went to some boiler room, yeah, and my boy in it, but he was fresh, yeah, and it was like an ASAP mob thing, innit?
Oh, that's
So
mad.
there was people there. Do you know what I'm
That's
saying?
mad still.
This was when like this was college, so this was like 2015 maybe, 2014, yeah. And when we was leaving, yeah, man seen Temper T at it.
Yeah.
And he dapped him up and was like, yo, what you saying? And Temper T was calm in it.
Yeah.
But then my boy was like, not holding his hand, but just a bit like, just being like a bit, but he was fresh in it. I don't think he was clocking in it. And he's like, no, you're cold, bro. And then obviously Temps was like, cool. But my boy just kept going on till Temps was like, cool.
Like, let go of my hand, fam.
Do you attempt to tears, fam?
Bro, I'm thinking, I was
Let's
like,
get to
bro,
spin something, fam.
bro, I was thinking, bro, like,
This could get low.
'cause he could bang you. Fam, he's a
could get
bolo guy,
low.
you know. He is a bolo guy. I was like, no, bro, like the cab's outside, like let's
The
go.
T stands for
Yeah,
triceps.
Bro,
and
that,
traps.
You get
that brother is bolo, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
forget
you
it.
can imagine.
So yeah, sometimes, but again, he was fast though, so it's a bit different.
Yeah.
But then there is some people that really lose themselves just in general, like when they see someone like, and as you say, it's like they're just human. Like you can see people randomly, give them their dues and just leave it as that.
100.
But you know, it's hard if you're not used to doing that. That's why it's important to do
Yeah,
that
it's
to
true.
your people. You have to let the people around you, just your normal people. If they're doing something that you rate, you have to let. A lot of people are like, they'll wait, you get me? They'll wait till other people start rating your thing.
A lie, bro.
And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, you know what, your thing's hard. Whereas, fam, even if you're the only person who rates the thing, you have to let them know.
Let them know you
Get me?
rate it
Because
still.
that way, that's you, for me, that's you being yourself in the most authentic way. You're not doing it because that person's famous or that person. So when it is ever a time where you see someone who's of a certain status, you can still, obviously you might get a little bit starstruck for a moment,
Yeah,
but you
it's
can
normal.
still recognize like, I really do rate that. Like, sometimes you might get someone who's famous and you only mess with them because of their fame.
their name,
But if you
yeah.
say, talk about what they actually really do, you're like, I saw them on Celebrity Big Brother though. You get me?
That don't
And the
mean
worst
shit.
thing is,
Nothing.
yeah,
Fact.
often like these people, if you just chat to them on a calm thing, they're more likely to remember you, or actually maybe not saying be your
it's
best
facts.
friend, but like if they see you again, they're like,
It's love,
they might
innit?
not remember your name. They'll be like, I
That's
seen you
my man.
before,
Yeah.
or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you're just
That's
on a
facts,
calm
though.
thing, leave it as that. And a lot of people, it's like you see them once, you probably see them again. Like, God kind of lined that in it.
Yeah,
So
True.
some people get desperate, like, oh, this might be the one time I see, man. Like,
Yeah. Oh my god, this is a funny story, innit? Like I'm just saying this for the sake of it because I find it funny. I ain't trying to find no ends means towards it, innit? But do you man know about an artist called Shay Lingo?
Shay
No,
Lingo.
I don't know.
Alright,
Yeah.
so you know about Shay Lingo. So he's been in a couple.
he was at Nov's thing even.
Was he?
Yeah.
Don't
he
know
was
about
still.
him
Yeah, no, you've seen his face.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Like I remember I bucked him after I was watching 90s Baby Show, and I remember I just thought this guy is actually a down to earth dude. And then when I used to work at M&S in Clapham size, I bucked him there once. I think I was going to work, and I was like, "You're Shay Lingo," and he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Bro, I was just watching a podcast on you," and then he was just showing my love. Second time, bucked him again in Clapham on my way to work, but I went to go some Caribbean spot to get food. I bucked him again. I was like, bro, like it's funny. I just ran into you not too long ago, and he was like, oh, what? It was like, yeah, and I told him my name and all of that. It was just love though. It was just normal. I was like, yeah, I'm on my rush though. I need to go to work. Third time I bucked him, I've gone to a live show now, innit? And I've seen him again, and I'm on my way to the toilet. And I said, I was like, bro, like, and then he remembered me this time. I was like, gee, it's like the third time I was bumped into you, you know? And I was just like, yeah, what are you saying? And I was just saying, well, what were you thinking of the show? And he's like, oh, he's sick. I was like, I didn't even know you listened to this guy. Kept it civil. Then I remember, I've gone back now. To the person I was with at the time, I was like, I'm going to make sure when I butt that guy next time, he is either going to, because this is when we just started the pod. I said, I feel like as if like the next time I buck him, it will be like there's a mutual understanding, and whenever we can, we'll just chop it up for real.
Kick it back with him.
100. Because I just thought, bro, this is like the third time I've seen this guy. Like, you know, you just feel like the science is there, innit? Science is there. And I just thought, it's the third time.
It's only so many times it can be a coincidence.
Bro, I'm just like, fam, third time. Like, if I see this guy one more time again, bruv, I'm not gonna lie to you. Man's actually gonna be like,
invite to Christmas.
Niggas, go get some jollof, nigga.
Hey, listen, my mom's always got extra plates. So like, if you ever local, you know what I'm saying? But I just thought, nah, because I don't get to see a person that many times, especially that specific person. It can be a stranger as well. Like, even if you buck a stranger, like, how many times? Like, you might see this one guy, you might go to the same barbers with and that. If you see them how many times and you just buck each other in certain situations, you just end up chatting. You be like, yeah, what you saying, G? I was like, you go to my man, You just chat. So I just thought, fam, forget the guy's name, bro, or the hype he's got. Next time I see him, he's just been cool. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, we chop it up. But it's just mad like that.
There's one brother, yeah. When I've been to bare concerts in it, man was outside, and I kept seeing this brother, and he always wore NBA jerseys in it, so he's distinctive. And then, bro, I remember I saw him like 4 or 5 times in a month.
Yeah.
And like, man was like, what's your name, bro? Because I've seen you too many
times.
You're
the ones that just gets annoying now. It's like, bro, what's your name?
To him and like, he's a DJ and rah. Like, he's a cool guy. Like, I can't remember his name right now. I'll be real. Yeah. But like, you know what I'm saying? We had the calm convo, and he's a nice guy. And it's just because we kept being in the same place.
Can I tell you the funniest thing about that though? You see, before the 5th and the 4th time, like after that 2nd, 3rd time, you know when you act like you don't know each other, like you've seen each other, but you act like as if like you know the ones where you just see each other, you're like,
there might be like
you see each other in the same line and that.
It's like an elephant in the room.
What am I gonna get?
It's that elephant, but man, them in the dresser, but just say like, like,
am I ever gonna see this nigga again?
Yeah. It's like, there's no point. That 4th time, you're like, all right, cool. Either one of us has to do it today, bro, because now the shit is awkward. You know that 5th time. I remember I went to some piano event, it went off. It was up in Box Park. So one of the guys that used to go to our gym, innit, he was there, but he had a beard. And I remember now, I'm chilling, and I was with my peoples. And then I'm like, this guy looks mad familiar, you know. Like, it was dark in there, though, don't get me wrong. Like, them Box Park rooms, they come dark. So you have to really be seeing who's there with his beard. Yeah. So I thought, but I didn't want to go, we've never spoken, but we just know of each other. Like, you know you're in a room. Like, the only closest conversation we've had is, oh, sorry, bro, using that bench. Closest convo that we've had, in it. Like, we've never spoke in it. So it's just like some thing where, like, we've both now known that we've seen each other, but we act like we ain't seen each other. Like, man will be right down there. I'm over here. I'm chatting to my guy. Man's acting like man can't see him. So I'm like, I'm just thinking, fuck the ego, man. Let me just actually got to him, because I think it was his event, but I didn't know. I'm just thinking, I know this guy's face. So now he's standing right next to me. At this point, I'm like, bruv, he's with his guy, don't mind. And so I'm like, if this convo cuts short, I'm just like, yo, G, like, you go to my gym, innit? Because I didn't know, we never spoken, but I thought, fuck it. I said, yo, G, like, you go to my gym. He's like, yeah, sit in a minute. I said, yeah, bro. Boom, dapped it.
But it's just like that. I feel awkward, bro.
You do, but I'm like,
if someone just came up to me just because you went to the same gym, it's not that still. For me,
no, I hear you.
Hey, yo! I actually got something that happened on fucking, I think there needs to be earlier this week, fam.
No, but we clocked that we saw each other.
Unless you've like said cool, like you get me, dapped each other in the gym or something, you know, like man spotted you or something, you get me. If you're just a regular guy that goes to the gym,
I think it was more than that.
There's not like for me, not I think it was like a mutual respect. I won't go out my way,
bro.
No, but I think this one was like a mutual respect. Like,
like man saw you lift up the 50s one time. Like,
that's my G. Yeah, that's my G.
This is what happens. So man's at my gym now, yeah. This guy comes
I
up
didn't finish
to
my
me.
story, by the way, but it's cool.
So no,
we'll
you can
get
land.
back-
You can
we'll get
land.
back-
This is quick.
we'll
No,
get
this is quick. This is
Yeah,
quick.
get back still.
Because it's
Intermission.
It's
you
funny.
should-
It's
you should
funny.
still let me finish my
He
story.
comes up to me. He was like,
So he's gonna let me
Shut
finish
up,
my
man.
story.
"No, man, let me land, bro."
Shut up.
Shut up,
Oh,
there.
you're gonna land. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Finish your story.
Wipe your beard, though. Wipe your beard. You got to spill.
Hey, at least I got one.
Romantic.
I'm the reason why this nigga's got a Cortez hat. Fuck this nigga. You get me? Fuck that. Anyway, so I'm in my gym now.
Yeah.
This nigga comes up to me and he's like, "You got a podcast, innit?" I'm like,
Happened a couple times.
I'm looking at this nigga like, "Hold up, nigga." You get me? So I'm like, "Yeah." You know what you say? Like, "Yeah, nigga, yeah."
Yeah.
You know about that. You get me?
Where you going with this?
He says,
That's happened. Where did it happen? I was with. Where was he? Was it goals?
"Yeah, goals
Yeah.
that happened to you."
I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
I've seen you somewhere on like a screen.
yeah. That's exactly what he said to him.
I'm thinking, what's
The fuck this
Man
nigga
said
talking
it's
You know when a man
YouTube.
can just say it, bro. Like I've seen
no?
your
But I think
podcast.
he
I fuck
did it
with
with clock in it. I think a lot of people they've probably seen our shit.
And they're like,
They've watched it.
Do you know how funny it is for man
But
to
they
say
watched
a
it for long.
screen?
Yeah,
Well,
Well,
always,
you gotta
always
deep
just
how
come
much
up.
stuff we digest in a day, bro.
It's
get
true,
me?
but
Yeah.
for a man to say a screen,
Nah, that's
like
kinda funny
it was a
still.
screen, like, bro, you know how funny a screen, like, bro, a
Yeah.
screen,
yeah.
bro, that is hilarious.
screen
A screen.
And then yeah, I've got one in the gym. I've got one, fam. It's mad, fam. Like just walking on the high street, like just come out the barber, just walking.
You niggas are.
That's what I've seen.
You niggas get approached, man. I ain't get approached for shit.
Mad, fam.
But this is up west sides, bro. This ain't in the
That's
ends.
nuts. Yeah, that's
This
nuts.
is over there.
Wait, and you was in the gym?
Yeah, bro. So he's come to man and was like, "Yeah, like you got a podcast with like Kofi in it. I think he knows you, bro."
I said with Kofi,
Bro, but at the same time, I don't think he knows you still. I think he just said your name. No,
Hey.
seriously. I think he just said your name
You need to
because
describe this
he saw
story.
the podcast.
Do you know in the West, fam?
In West.
Yeah.
Up west, works up there.
Maybe
Whereabouts
it's
in West?
Like near Shoreditch sides.
Near Shoreditch.
Like more east, yeah. Like Shoreditch sides.
I mean, I'm thinking if we're talking like Ealing,
I thought it was-
Broadway.
I thought it was thingy. What's his name? Was he white?
Black brother.
Oh yeah.
Is he tall?
Kind of.
Was he kind of
He's
hench?
doing guess.
No.
Why you say nah like that?
No, he's not.
Like, yeah, but like that man's a disrespect. Like
No, he's not.
hench.
No, it's not.
Did he have an accent or anything?
No.
English?
Yeah.
Nah, bro, you
Can you
crazy.
describe?
Yeah, no, bro, man's Russian.
Fam, man might have a
Man's a
Birmingham
black
accent.
Russian.
I know
Black
you were trying to
Russian,
talk
Belgian
about,
head.
but Nick would know if it was that guy.
Yeah, he's just a black brother.
not that guy.
But the way he said it, it's like I said, it's not like he knows you. He just says like you're part of you're with them man, innit? You
Why
get
is
me?
man saying my name now? My
You
ears
get
are
me?
ringing.
But no, but he said Kofi and them man. You get me? So I'm like, yeah, bro. He's like, yeah,
one
no.
other guy after Kofi.
He was like, I watch it and that. I've got love, bro, appreciate it. But like you said, I felt weird, like, all right, like, what fuck, like, okay, cool, you get me? Like, you don't need to tell me this because there's not like a conversation gonna happen. Like, you don't want to talk to man.
No, do you know
You're
it
just
is?
telling man that.
though. That's good
No,
though.
I'm doing
because
Yeah,
that's
it is.
I'm doing devil's advocate.
But I felt weird, you get me? I'm like, all right,
yeah,
bro,
because you're not used to it.
appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Because devil's advocate is love,
'Cause if it's-
and man can actually just make a cool acquaintance of you. Because obviously he
Potentially,
knows
yeah.
me. I don't know who this don is, but he knows me. So man's
May
obviously
know.
He
He
maybe know you. He
may
maybe.
know you.
He might just
how
say
you
it as
throw it.
part of trying
Well,
to
he
understand.
knows of
that.
me for him to throw my name out there like that. That's for sure.
But you're not outside though.
I'm not, but I want to know who this person is.
Exactly.
I don't know, but that's what reminded me of the situation. I was like, hold up, that happened to me.
maybe you're his fave on the pod or something.
Yeah, maybe you're his. What's that thing when you're someone else's? What is
Oh,
it?
don't start this.
Like
crap.
what's it called?
Nah, you're good.
Like, I feel
Good.
like Skepta's mind. What's it called though?
Oh, I thought you were trying to say MCM and shit.
What,
No,
like
not
doppelganger?
that, bro. Say again.
Doppelganger. No.
No, like a
Says Skepta's yours.
yeah. What's that?
Inspiration. What,
I'm gonna
like-
find it still.
What,
I'ma
spirit
find it.
animal or something.
Yeah, like a spirit animal, cuz.
I was somebody's spirit animal.
Skepta is your spirit animal.
Yeah, fam. Like he doesn't say shit that I'm like, nah, bro. That's
But
exactly
is that
how
how
I
you
feel.
say that though? I know what you mean. But is
Yeah.
that how you say it? Your spirit animal.
Yeah, fam.
That's how you say it.
Like man's like he's like
Yeah, you
a
have
living embodiment of who man is on the inside. It's nuts.
That's weird.
But man can't.
No,
it's like sometimes
you got
I'm-
one. You just haven't thought of it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
definitely
Like,
got one.
there's probably someone potentially.
YG. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Why is it?
it's not,
I wouldn't
it's
be
not,
surprised.
it's
not, man, it's not, it's
no,
not.
I wouldn't be
man.
surprised.
got one, bro.
Facts.
You low key definitely have one. Trust
I
me.
don't think so.
Where it's
Low-key
nuts,
you do.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Low-key, I
I
think
think it's weird, fam.
I think I
Man's
have
in denial because man just thinks it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
Man's like,
I don't even know what it is. Like,
somebody that's
that's
me.
weird.
Nah,
I told you I know what it is. But I said I don't know how you describe it like that.
There you go. But go on, bro. Continue.
Fuck. What was I saying? Because now that's what I was trying to avoid.
Gym guy, fam.
Yeah, Jim guy with a beard. Yeah,
Man dapped him and we just spoke on the spot. And it was all love. Because like, you know the ones where you know that the guy's cool, but you don't know until he goes or one of you go and then you actually end up talking. And then he was like, yeah, like, this is my event. I was like, oh, shit. He was like, yeah, what? Is this what you're into? I was like, well, yeah, no, one of my homeboys put me onto it. He said, say no more. Like, I got this thing over here next week if you're free. Obviously, I wasn't free, but I just said, oh, yeah, let me check it out. Obviously, I just wanted to show love regardless though, innit? Yeah. He just felt love for him to be like, no, let me actually share this with you. I said, cool. And then we exchanged IG. And we just kept it civil, but I've never had a convo with him. But I just thought, nah, man, this guy looks familiar. And then we clocked. And then it was like, yeah. In fact, I'm lying. I didn't go up to him. He came up to me. But he said it in a way where I knew he was dying. Like, it was either him or me. And if he didn't do it now, it was finished. He was like, sorry, bro. And you know, I'll give it to him. Like, he might laugh if he ever sees this, but he knows it didn't come across smooth, innit? Yeah. But I feel because this is way outside both of our comfort zone, innit? Man, no, cause you know what it is?
I say they come out smooth, like
no, it didn't because it's
man,
way
stuttering and shit.
You know, like when it's outside your comfort zone. No, but I rated him. Trust me, I rated him because trust me, I was this close to thinking I'm not gonna do it. I probably was like, I'm going to, but any window where I could have left the room, I would have just said. But he was like, yo, bro, like you go to my gym, innit? And you know the voice is high, and I was like,
firstly, you got to imagine
this eco art.
First and foremost.
No, but then that's when I clocked, and I was like, nah, like he's actually on the same level I'm on, but he just had more guts to be like, nah, like show love. Yeah. So we're just speaking, because I'm not gonna act like as if I don't know this person is.
So
you see it? So man just said, cool, we dapped up, and then he was like, yeah, kept it civil, not knowing he was even his event. I didn't even have to come up to me.